Good evening, everyone. Welcome back. Hey, troll fan. Antinomy, hello. I'm doing alright. I had food. I made dinner. We're back to some cozy reading of Umineko. JC, hello. Frost, hello. And also, I've decided for my YouTube live streams, if you haven't seen the post, my streams will be no ads until the stream ends. It becomes a VOD. Then it'll have ads. This YouTube isn't exactly the same as Twitch where you could sub and there's no ads. It's either you pay YouTube Premium. Actually, I think your only option is to pay YouTube Premium to have no ads. That's it. And an ad block, I suppose. So, it should be nicer to watch. And then, hi, Lucidia! Thank you! For 4 months! Wow! 4 months already! Thank you! Hello, hello! Thank you for the 4-month sub! Welcome back! How's it going, everyone? I ate food. I'm gonna read. And I changed my schedule for Thursday. Thursday, we're gonna continue Pokemon Shield out of spite. I made my thumbnail. You guys see it? You like my thumbnail for Thursday's stream? Isn't that great? Nepo child. He's going down. Welcome, Xavier. No, there's no option to turn it off for membership owners. So memberships, all they get is like member videos. Like a video for members. Live streams for members. Emotes. They don't have like a ad-free viewing for members. At the very least, they don't currently have it right now. I don't know if that's gonna be a function that they'll add, but no. They do not have that, sadly. So it's gonna just be free, no ads for live stream. And then I'll turn monetization back on for VOD. For VOD watchers. Get your ad free now! For the duration of which she is live. Why wait tomorrow when you can watch today? Live, even. Like my ad. Ability to stab? Oh ho ho! Look at you, so cute! Trying to mimic me. Aww. Aww, I can stab too. Where's my knife? Yeah, the God's right seat has my knife. Hi, pup. Hi, the meat freak. Hello, live over VOD. Yeah. Watch live. Why watch tomorrow when you can watch free today? Right now. Limited time. Actually, that's so true. Limited time until 3 hours. Yep. Free 3-hour trial. No ads. Watch now. Am I in the UK? Wait, what do you mean are you in the UK? really? Wait a minute. Hey! I'll get back at you for that comment, Antinemy. But thank you, God Tracy, for 10 gift subbies. Thank you, thank you, thank you. For gifting too. Did it show me the name? Whoa, what was that sound? Typical troll fan again! He can't keep getting subs like that! I mean, what? Thanks for gifting a sub to typical troll fan! 0 DPS, Arc Isaac, the Mute Freak, Arms, Play for Us All, Pope, Crypto Zone, and Brutal Assault. The fact that you always gift somehow magically the typical troll fan every single time is crazy. Wait. Why does he always get a sub from you every month? That's not even fair. That's so funny. But yeah, so, oh, thanks for the level 4 hype train as well. Gift 1 sub or what? What's that mean? Unlockable emotes. Oh. You guys even use the unlockable emotes from Twitch? I never use those. You got that good gotcha, I guess. What's a gritty goose? Is that a drink? What is that? Gritty goosies. What did you guys do for the duration that I was away? Did you sob and cry? Waiting? Yeah, I know you did. It's okay. I'm here now. And hello again. Typical troll fan, hello. Hello, we're gonna do some cozy reading. Hope you guys had your dinner or whatever. Sit back, relax, and listen to me read because you can't read. I was hoping you would cancel what? Cancel? Cancel the stream? No? Why would I cancel the stream? I mean, I'm gonna cancel Hop next stream, which is on Thursday. You what? You have an armchair? How lucky you, Ark. Hey, Yari Plus. Hello, hello. And do you guys remember what I said last stream? Oh, was that weird? Last stream? Because I don't. I'm kidding. What was it? It's okay, I wait for you. It was so this is dude, right? So this guy said some ominous thing, like saying, I need to talk to you guys as a family. It's not something we do. I'll find you after dinner. We said that that is the most alarming death flag we've ever seen. Yeah, we, as in everyone, unanimously said that. Yeah, we did that as a team because, you know, we're very good at agreeing unanimously and stuff. Yeah, he's gonna die soon. So what I said is that if I'm right, he dies soon. Isaac is gonna draw. What's he drawing again? He's gonna draw you guys groveling on the ground while I step on your face. And then if I lose... I don't stream for a day. I cancel the stream. Yep, I totally said that. Okay, I didn't say that. I said I would draw me, I think, being like, oh, mighty chat, you were so right, king. Here is your crown. I mean, like, yeah, you have to incorporate the part where Ark, if you had when I win, you have to draw the part where like you guys are like, yes, my lady queen, you were so right. We should have never doubted your brilliance. That's what's gonna happen. God, I hope we lose. Yeah, me too. 'Cause I'll win. Yeah, that's the plan. And I think that was it. What else even happened? Do I have a log? Oh wow, that's so nice of them. Keep my logs after I come back to the game. Oh my god, that's right, the cringiest thing happened. George and the maid together. Oh my god, that's ugh. Unship that. Do you guys think I should be nicer? Do you guys think I should have a nicer persona? So basically George just like confessed with a ring to Shannon and it looked like it was mutual. Ugh. I mean, I'm so happy for him. I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him. Wow. Congrats. Congratulations. Wow. I'm really, really happy. What's classicist mean? No! I think he doesn't deserve love. Shannon is mine. He can't have her. I'm more Yume. What is it? Yume Joshi. Is that it? The one that ships characters with herself. The the me. I don't know what classism is. I don't think I've heard of it. I'm the main character and the reader, therefore they're mine. How dare he confess and give her a ring? I didn't allow that. Although I could be nicer. You know, I could try and be more nice. Him. but who's ever really heard of a very nice Reaper? But I could be the first. I could be nicer, a nicer Reaper persona. I don't need to put down and wait. What's a tulpa? Guys, I see is like the very definition of a Yume Joshi. Ship's flugel with himself. Keep dreaming, gods. I meant that's a nice dream you have, God. Right? See, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad for you having dreams. Quite admirable. See, I can be nice. Should I be nicer? No, it's not jealousy. Thank you, Mom. It's been so long. 53 months. How many years is that? Thank you. Yay! For 53, that's more than 50 months. Soon it'll be 100 months, right, Mocha? How long's 100 months? Oh wow, really? That's kind of romantic. Well, romantic in my definition of romantic. But I have a graveyard in my lore too, which is owned by the grave keeper. Not owned, but she's a gravekeeper, I guess. But more so, nothing to do with embalming. It's just a story lore thing. I can't imagine working with like actual corpses, I guess. I don't even like the scent of hospitals. But hi, Mocha, how are you? But yeah, I could be nicer. I think I should be a nicer Reaper. I can adapt. I can be a nice Reaper persona. Have a nicer persona. Yeah, 4 years and 5 months. Damn! That means I've been VTubing for at least that much. Is that a good thing? Get me cruel? I think I'm cruel enough, Mimi. I'll see. I mean, I could always get worse. That's okay. We won't be any meaner than I have at this level. But the bratty persona is my key icon. I mean, I'm better at it than I am not being the bratty, I guess. I don't know. I've always sounded bratty, I guess. Even when I wasn't trying to be. I like... Yeah. When I was long ago, I wasn't trying to be bratty, but then like I got comment that sound kind of bratty, and then I'm like, wait, what? At the time, I was all cutesy and wholesome, and then they told me it sounded bratty, and I'm like, I didn't know that. And now here we are. Can't correct me. You can't. I'm too. It's what is it called? It's so over for me. You can't correct me, but I can correct you. Yeah. Rat wheel. I don't know. I find it easier, I guess. But also, I don't know how serious someone would take me sometimes, you know? Like, what if it's a new viewer that just came in and I just met them and then I insulted them and then they're like, what the heck? I just got here and this girl's being mean. I'm gonna make a tweet about this. I'm like, oh, they didn't get that it's my character. I like you know, like, I'm like, no, I mean, I didn't mean it in a mean way. I meant it like, in a mean, funny way. Funny like your face. I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure I know. Like persona, like IRL wise, I don't really talk. I don't really talk. I'm introverted. I don't really talk to people. I'm the get away from me. Let me stay in my corner, please. Yeah. Maybe your face. I only do your face jokes to you guys. I don't like do them IRL. Yeah. Start yelling at me. Yeah, I think I've done that to several new people though. Like several new people, and then I just like, or maybe they weren't new, but I hadn't recognized their names, and I'm just, who the hell are you? Nobody. Am I supposed to know you? I think that does happen sometimes. But I do it more like a funny character kinda. But what if someone out there like actually takes me seriously and they thought I was like not like ironic about it and whatever, and then they get all upset and stuff and I make them cry. I mean, I think most of you guys understand. But it's just like the back of my mind. Sometimes I think, wait, maybe there's someone in the world who took me seriously. It's like sometimes I can't tell jokes either. And then they make a tweet about me and they're like, I just saw this VTuber for the first time. And she said this mean thing about me, and then suddenly VTubers are like supporting them, and be like, oh my god, I can't believe that. I would never, you know, like, you know, like sometimes people make tweets about like, I went to this VTuber stream and they did so and so and so, and then you have like indie VTubers coming into the comments and they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry that ever happened to you. I would never do that. I treat my viewers like this. Oh my god, me too. And suddenly they're all like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. You know, if you join my community, I wouldn't do that. Yeah, that's like, I just find it so funny. I'm like, man, y'all really gotta say your piece. I like read it and I laugh about it and then I just move on. I'm like, okay. I never engage in them. Oh yeah, I insulted God's Right Seat's family. Well, specifically his one brother, who's spoiled rotten, mind you. Spoiled rotten. Breaks his phone all the time and gets new iPhones all the time just because he broke his screen and doesn't want to put a screen protector on it. But you know, who cares about responsibility? Like, he can get a new iPhone instead. Yeah. She finds fake people. I can't help it. It is funny though. I like don't involve myself at all. I read it. It's just like funny to me. I don't engage though. I just like scroll and be like, that's funny. And then I move on, move my day. Where do I get parents? Like, yeah, I know, right? Imagine parents that'll just be like, here you go, Mari. You broke your phone. Aw, here you go. A new one for you. That'd be nice. But yes, I make fun of Godwin's brother. Like, more than once. Cause he's spoiled. In a bad way. Bad way. Do better. God right seats parents. Not only did you make fun of his brother, you made fun of his parents too. Ah, she's gone too far. They're not nice. What the heck? Well, that does not help my view on your brother at all. In fact, that just worsens it. What a whiner! What a whiny baby! Just show screenshots. Wait, no, don't show me screenshots. I don't want to see it. Now. He's broken a few times. TVs? How you break TVs? Man, guys, I see. Hope you don't live with your brother. That sounds terrible. How you break TVs? I do not. He wanted to move. Ew! I'm glad you said no. Wait, can he move in with your brother who got married with kids? Can your brother like take care of him? Oh man. Yeah, give him nightmares. Wait, is your kid like an iPad kid? Oh, not your kid, sorry, your brother. Your kid. One of his roommates? Well, I hope they can teach him, like, basic, like, responsibilities. You know? Yeah. I think he needs to learn how to take care of his items better. You know? Can't always get new TVs every single time. I mean, I would like that. I would like to get a new, like, monitor any time I want. And then cry about it and then get my way. And be like, ah, I don't got the latest and greatest, GPU. And then cry about it. And then I get it. Is it home? I'm sure they know each other. Oh. Me and my roommates are like more... I guess you could say we're introverted. So we're mostly out of each other's ways a lot of times. Like we all like kind of clean our parts and stuff. If that makes sense. Unless the weekend guest and the dude that stays here for like months on end during breaks and stuff is here, then it's like whatever. We're not cleaning. I don't care. Cause like they make a mess after it. Clean anyway. Still going strong. That's good. As long as I could still like run games. Right now, I'm also running into issues of memory. I guess memory problems. I mean, I can't really. I can lower like graphics, I guess, but I haven't really played any games that are intensive. I'm also just running into an issue where, or maybe it is a GPU problem. I'm not sure. I use up more memory than I do, I guess, my GPU. But I don't really play any games that. I mean, like, look at the games I play. I play like RPG games, and they're not like very graphically intensive retro games and stuff. Yeah. Silent Hill 2 remake. Silent Hill 2? I'm not that interested in Silent Hill 2, but I don't think there's like any game that I think is that high in. I don't like have any game besides, I guess, Final Fantasy 16, but I haven't opened that in months. And that was like before I had it installed on my C drive. Before I had that on my SSD. But I haven't ran it since then. But a lot of my games are they aren't intensive at all. I don't exactly play like I don't really play that many new games. Like all the new games I play are like indies. Indie games like no I'm not a human. I don't really play like a whole lot of intensive games. At least graphically intensive ones. Digimon, nah. I think I lowered the graphic settings. And that was fine. But it's not like I'm playing like, I don't know. What is a graphically intensive game these days? Like, I mean, like the Souls-like games, I guess. I guess so. Whatever the newest Souls-like game that's graphically nice. I haven't played any new ones. Yeah, I haven't played those. I think like the last Souls-like game I played was probably Sekiro. What in the hell kind of title of a game is in Steam? What is Steam to see what is new and trending? At first I was like, wait, did I read that wrong? The magic, yeah! What the hell? It has been there for 5 days. Really? I just saw it today. What the hell kind of magic in Kitty Cat Chapter 3? Kitty Cat, wink wink. Chapter 3? Oh wait, what the hell? What is this? Huh? I thought for a second I thought that I like misread the title, so like I would go back to read it, and I actually did read it as it was spelled. Because I saw the pictures thumbnails first. I didn't read the title fully, and then I was like, wait, what did I just read? And then it actually was that. I don't understand. What a name. So we can see now! That's so lewd! It's on Steam. Just go to new and trending page. It's there. Oh, I just saw it. download a demo real quick? Or will that screw with my stream? There's a game called Toho Dystopian. There's a demo. Roguelite with Toho characters. How big is the demo? 6 gigabytes? Okay, maybe not. Never mind. That's a bit bigger than I was expecting. I'm just gonna put it in my wishlist for now. I can't. I can see it. Yeah, it's right in new and trending on Steam if you're on Steam. Safe mode. I don't think I have mine on safe mode, if that's a thing. Because I can see it. Pal World, yeah! But I would have to... I would have to replay Pal World. Because I always do this thing where I play Pal World for like 5 hours, but then never really do much in the game. And then after that, months later, I go back to the game and it's like, what was I doing in this game? Where am I? What is this? What progress? Where? What was I doing? Well, time to make a new game. And it's like near the tutorial of the game, so it's like I never really do anything. Like I'll build like a base, and then that's it. And then I'll forget, and then play a new game, and then I'll forget, and then I make a new game. Yeah. That sounds about right. I'll check it out though. But I'd have to make a new game. Yep. New game. Okay, let's read. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed my little talk. My little talk thing, yeah. Okay. Good. Wait for which one? The adult game? I'm not playing that. That looks not like my type of game. TED Talk. Yeah, is it a TED Talk? My little 40-minute Zatsu there. Yay! Oh, I don't know what the heck I was talking about, but you know, yeah. My rant about how I'm gonna be nicer now. I'm gonna be slightly more nice as a Reaper VTuber, and he would try to be a kinder person. Yep. Okay. What do you mean no? Yes. Be less bratty. And be dairy and stuff. Be dairy. Did you guys know that there is another dairy called Kuro dairy? I saw a video of... Well, okay, so can I just mention that I'm playing an Otome game, and one of the love interests... I've never played an Otome game, but one of the love interests I hate so bad. I hate him so much. Anytime he's on the screen, I just want to combust. This dude... This guy... Okay, so this dude is like the type to look down on people and be like, why are you, a servant, talking to your princess like so and so? Don't waste my time, you pleb. Yeah, who do you think you're talking to? You and I are to be wed? You have no say because I am of higher status than you are. And I'm like, bro, I hate this guy. I was trying to do a route, but he was involved in the story, and I was like, man, Ken's gotta leave me alone. I'm trying to date the other guy. I'll date you later, but he's a dateable character. So I'm sure there's something positive about him in his personal route, but as it stands, I can't stand this guy. I hate him. And in my YouTube browsing, I saw his face and I was like, ew, why is this guy's face on the thumbnail? I hate him. I hate him. Okay, and then I clicked on the video, and apparently there's a subgenre called of dere, like tsundere, and dere, like, you know, the dere types. There's one called kuro dere, which is like kind of the opposite of dere, except it's like bad, kind of like bad like they do this kind, like the romance partner is like mean, kind of mean and stuff, like extreme, like no likable like elements to them or something, or they'll do things to, I guess, harm the love interest for the purpose of showing their love, but not like yandere. It's not yandere. It's like kuro dere. It's different. I don't know. I just discovered that. But yeah, I don't know. I'll show you this guy when I open my Switch, maybe on Thursday. I hate him though. I have several screenshots of things he said that I detest. In my I'm only playing one route. I haven't finished a route yet, but he has appeared several times, and I'm like, I have to get married to this guy. Oh God, terrible. And there's my rant. No, not kusodere. Is it kusodere? Is that brat? That's brat, right? Is that brat? Is that like you? Nuh-uh. I'm dere. And low-key yonder, but not kuro. What is... Let me give you the term exactly what kuro dere is. I'm bad explaining. A character who is dere to their love interest but schemes and sets clever traps within the bounds of common sense in the background. In some shoujo, or I guess some anime, it's more comedic. It's comedic, but in the sense of, in the otome I played, this guy is just a jerk. Cause he looks down on people and stuff. I don't like him. And apparently he's like kind of classified as a kuro there, and I don't even like him. Or not classified kuro dere. There was another subgenre of kuro dere, and that's how I found out about it. Kinda lovey-dovey, but like harmful. I found it. It was like kind of related to kuro dere, but not exactly kuro dere. My bad. It's called Haraguro. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah. So there's this if you go to dairy types Wikipedia, there's this thing called Haraguro, and one of the classic characters apparently is Makima from Chainsaw Man. And it's basically a term for someone who is outwardly friendly, but is secretly scheming and manipulative on the inside. They pretend to be kind and a likable person when first meeting, but they tend to be secretly plotting something bad, and they tend to use others for their own convenience. And yeah, that's the guy I don't like, basically to a T. But I found kuro dere in this as like it's kind of like in the related close dere type. A close dere type to Haraguro is kuro dere. Personality. They are scheming, dark, wicked, manipulative, pretend, and fake. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds like that dude I hate, alright. And the thing is, he's like a romance partner. So I'm sure there's something nice, good about him. But like, I don't like him. That depends. There's some characters like that I do like. You know, like the Orihara. Maybe it's kinda. Is he kinda like that? Orihara from Durarara. Some nice character. Like Makima's kinda cool, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I haven't really read the manga. But this guy, he is outwardly mean. You know? Like, you can pretend to be fake and nice to, like, someone of lower class than you, but then giggle in the back where they can't hear you. Now, this guy, he giggles right in front of you. This guy, he made fun of my in the game. You're like kind of like a princess and you have a servant. He like made fun of my servant, assistant, butler dude, who is the first person route I'm trying to get go for. And he's like, you're of lower class than me. How dare you waste my time? I know. I don't like that. I'm like, ew. He doesn't even pretend to be like nice. He's just rude. He's like me, kinda, except like not joking about it. He's serious. He's so mean. Except like he's serious. That's the difference between me and that guy. See, I'm like joking and stuff. And this guy is trying to get my butler fired. It's like not only does he like to say like he's above everyone, he's like, when you marry into me, my family, whatever, your butler, we're gonna fire him. He won't be near you. I'm like, ew, but I like him. Why would you fire him? Because this guy doesn't like him. So, you know, because he's higher up, he's like a more powerful family than us. He's gonna fire him. Like, why? Why can't I have my butler, you jerk? I will set him on fire. Okay, like, there are people that have like burned. There are people burning to death in the Otome. I hope he's one of them. Jealous? No. No, he actually... The reason he doesn't like him is because he got injured by my butler once. But, you know, that's another topic. He's just mean. I don't like him. And I don't like it when characters are too upfront about their status. You know, like, always being like, I'm a higher class than you, I'm better than you, you're wasting my time, you pleb. And they do that every time. And I'm like, bro. Like, the first time you meet him, he's like that. And each time you see him, like, he always talks about his status. So I can't stand it. It's annoying. I don't like it. Dude doesn't even pretend to be nice. He just talks about his status every time I even see him. So, I don't like him. And that's my rant. You should be grateful he even bothers me. Man, I wish he didn't interact with me. Yeah. Also, he's like one of the routes in the game. So before I can even get the secret route, I need to play through his route too. So maybe I'll change my mind if I play through his route. But so far, anytime you even see him, his status and place in the world is all that he mentions. And he repeats it so much, it's so tiring. Yeah, it's so tired of this guy. And looking down on my assistant butler, I like butlers though, so... It's also a personal attack. A personal attack on me, because I like butlers. I only become unpleasant demeanors when someone speaks down upon my visage and belittles my Okay, that one is like if someone comes up to you though, right? Is that what you mean? Like, and then you feel attacked and so you attack back? That makes sense. This guy attacks without any reason. He'll mention his status, how much better he is, and how my main character cannot defy him because, yeah. So apparently, like I can say no to the marriage, but low-key cannot. Like he says he can decline and stuff, but actually I can't. I'm like forced to get married to this, like forced arrangement or something. And because he's of higher class status than I am, I can't refuse him. And I'm like, I wanna push this dude down the stairs. Yeah. Thanks for coming to my rant. It is time to finally read. That's just the one thing that pissed me off about trying to read my Otome game, is that guy shows up, and it upsets me personally. One more rant now. We read. But I hope you guys. Okay, I hope you guys. I don't know. You learned a word or two. You learned Kurodere and Haraguro. Aren't you proud of yourself? Okay. Basically, Shannon got proposed to, and they're all supposed to stay in the guest house, except I think Shannon said she had to go to the main house to go do something. No, I get what you mean. I grew up with that. Aw, really? I don't like it though. I once thought about becoming a butler. Had no clue how to get there. Tried to look into it. Really? Would you like... Are butlers just for like rich people, right? Kinda? Like people with big houses. Otherwise, I don't know. I don't know how you get that as a job though. It's not, I mean, I can't be a butler. I don't think so. Do you ever want to go home? Wait, do you ever get to go home as a butler? As a butler? Me? Of course not. I get to come home and be a VTuber though. Unless I'm a butler VTuber. Maybe. But like, I only like butlers in the field of fiction. Not real life. Yeah, I don't think butlers are like amazing. Like cool, they can clean for me. And stuff. That's nice. Sure, but like, I got me a robot vacuum cleaner for that. No, I'm kidding. I vacuumed the place, like my section by myself. We don't have the... We have that, but... Ooh! What the hell just happened? Hello? Oops. Oh, that's what that is. Discord's a notification Halloween sound. I was like, what is that sound? Yeah, the Roomba. We have the Roomba, but my guests have a Roomba. But me and my roommates, we just use the hand vacuum cleaner vacuum. We vacuum our sections. We wipe the countertops and the tables with our bare hand. Well, not bare hand. We use like a Kleenex. Kleenex? No, the Clorox wipes. Yeah. Who wants a like, if I'm to get a butler, they better be like, you know, like some cosplays look really good. Yeah, they better have like really nice cosplay. Really nice cosplay. They better be like, I don't know. I mean, good at everything. Timely. They need to look like an anime butler. They need to, be fast. Clean everything. Make good food. For some reason, I would need that. How much are you paying? I'm paying him with clout. I'll make an Instagram and make him famous. Paid an explosion. Yeah. You think I have money? I don't even have clout. He gets paid with love, affection, and me take photos of him. That's good enough. Now, beef jerky is mine. No one gets beef jerky. Who said I'm paying you anything? Frost, you can't even clean. So they get a wife? Wife? I'm already married. I have 27 husbandos plus 4. Yeah. They get free emotes? I can make them emotes? Yeah. Aren't I nice? Yeah. But can I talk about my lore? Actually, no, never mind. So I have a butler in my lore, not old lore, because my lore has a prequel story. There's a butler there. Kinda assistant, more assistant than butler, but similarly. Yeah. It was my prequel story to my lore, but you know. But he's dead! Actually, technically, also I am dead in my own lore, but you know. Technically, I'm already dead. But I got reborn as a Reaper. So, I've basically got second life. But I live within the confines of a painting of paintings. I can travel between paintings and frames. And I can leave it if I'm gonna reap someone. But not much more. But I have a doll body in the forest that I can take over and stuff, so I can walk more freely with a little bit more time, but not permanently. Technically, I'm already dead. Of like millennia. Wait, how many years is a millennia? A good couple of years. Yeah, have been deceased for 1,000. Yeah, a couple years. But I don't age. I don't age because I already died. Yeah. I'm basically a deceased lollybaba. Yeah. It counts. It counts, right? Lollybaba. Undead lolly. Wait, is it undead? Or is it dead? I don't know. I don't know. I technically don't really have a body. I can roam outside the painting just for a little bit to take someone's soul. But not for very long. I don't really walk around like a normal zombie. Undead includes ghosts and spirits. Maybe. I guess it counts, maybe. Although I don't like to call myself undead. I just call myself a reaper. Because undead, it just sounds, I don't know. When I think of undead, I assume like, kind of like zombie vibes. Yeah, zombie. Or otherwise, I just call myself a ghost or a spirit. And now, I call myself a reaper. Psycho pump. What's that mean? What's that mean? I just call myself a reaper. And then it's like, majority of the time, it kind of insinuates that something is dead. Right? Or something isn't truly alive, maybe. Maybe. I would assume most people would understand that kinda... that, like, I am not human, at the very least. Right! Although my sense of Reaper is a bit different, I guess. Because my Reaper... I know, like Grim Reapers are... They're just a guide, right? They just guide the soul. Me? Nah, I kill! With my scythe! I will take the soul of a human that will almost turn into basically a monster. I called Umbra in my lore. But before that happens, I chop their heads off! And I take their soul. Basically, in my lore, every heart is an apple. And that apple will rot, but depending on the person, it could rot slower or faster. So, before that happens, or if it rots, they become monsters called Umbras. And then I will... What if I eat the apple? That's disgusting! Ew! That's someone's heart. That's what they're for. But that's depending on which world you're talking about. But my lord, an apple is a heart, basically inside of people's bodies. And for you to eat their heart, ew, that's criminal. Yeah. Also, it's just a VTuber lore, so it's like completely nonsensical. Try not to put any logic in it. It's a random thing I made. I kinda want apples now. Criminal! Murderer! Heavy mad. Depending on the kind. Some will only come when it's a soul sign card, or someone called them to the person. For me, my Reapers more so have a job to take care of almost creatures that become monsters, aka Umbras. And then we take their souls, and then their body gets sent to the grave, and there's a gravekeeper there. Yeah! You made the heart so yummy. Well, you can't eat it. But one thing I will say is that the Rosanites, which is you guys, they're like many. I haven't like fully finalized my design for you guys yet because I always change my mind. But I basically have it like Rosanite. Some of you technically I'm not supposed to, but I do it anyway. And my character, she reads people's lives and souls. They don't necessarily they don't necessarily get sent to Lord Death. I take them. So before you guys turn into Umbras, you guys are normal humans. But before you can become monsters, I kill you, right? And then I take your soul and I place it inside the bodies of a Rosanite I call Rosanite. And you guys get second life. So basically, some of you guys, I kind of just murdered you. I killed some of you, but it's okay. You guys have new life now. Inside of a body of a Rosanite. Isn't it nice? It's a second life. You guys didn't become Umbras and you didn't go to nothingness. You guys are now my Rosanites. Yeah, so you like solo leveling. Huh? How? I didn't know it. What? How? Solo leveling isn't it the gaming thing? You say that? Yeah, it's not a bad thing. I don't know why you guys are mad. Make the decision. No, I had no idea. I watched like the first 5 episodes. I have no idea. And make them into shadow servants? Eh? Really? I don't know, shadow servants, but you guys have like a small body that's cute. Which I'm still thinking about, but all I know is gonna be small and round. And stuff. With some thorns on it, of course. I like thorns. Necromancy. I wouldn't call it necromancy though. You guys don't have... You guys can't speak. I wouldn't really call it necromancy. That insinuates there's like a body, right? And you guys kind of have a body, but you guys can't like... It's not like a replica of your human body. Like, that's gone. It's more like, I take the soul, I place it inside of a Rosanite, and you guys can kind of move in it, float around and stuff, look around and fight with me. Something like that. Is that what it is? That similar? Is that similar to Shadow Servants in Solo Leveling? Because I didn't watch past 5 episodes. I didn't really like it that much. But no. Maybe not. Okay. Let me actually read. Thank you for coming to my 3rd rant. I also hate solo leveling. I couldn't watch past 5 episodes, so I don't know what happens in it. All I know is the voice actor says, "Arise!" That's it. Only because of the voice actor, but that's all I know. Was the art. Not really my kind of thing. Okay, I'm gonna read now. Her chest was filled with a bursting point, with exaltation and uncertainty that she couldn't easily describe. After stopping it for a second in front of the servant room to take a deep breath and calm her heart, she opened the door. Inside, Goda had been ordered to take the midnight shift at the mansion. Hey. Was observing an old, worn-out crossword puzzle magazine. He looked an instant to see whether one of the family had come. But when he realized it was a fellow servant, he returned to his puzzles as if nothing had happened. Yeah. Yeah. You guys are so unlucky. So, normally, you guys would have gotten gameplay within 10 minutes. My deepest apologies. But I had a rant of some interests of mine and some things I hate. Yeah. I was told by Genji to help you. That will be useful. I was just about to go make rounds to close up the mansion. But I was in 2 minds whether I should leave this place empty. Because of George. Some things I hate. No, not chat. I don't hate chat. I hate Yori, that dude in my romance Otome game. Yeah, which I will show you guys photos, I guess, on Thursday morning when I play Pokemon Shield, because like it's on my Switch. But I was in 2 minds whether I should leave the place empty. After all, the meeting Kraus-sama and the others are conducting appears as though it'll continue for quite some time. They might order some tea at any time. That's true. Then what shall I do? Shall I remain here a while? In that case, Shannon, sorry, but would you please make the rounds around the mansion? I'll stay here, awaiting family orders. Lucky, wow. Lucky you, just awaiting orders. Shannon felt a twinge of annoyance. Despite the fact she'd come here to help out as a favor, she was being forced to do the job of the person actually on duty, as though it were natural. Forced to do the person actually on duty. Furthermore, after one-sidedly forcing the task on her, Goda had once again gone back to his magazine and had become immersed in his crossword puzzle. Wow. Wow. What? Wow. He just sending her to do the rounds while he does his crossword puzzle. For the time being, as a sign of respect for her elder, Shannon bowed her head, and she left the room to make the rounds. Getting a little angry had enabled her to bring airy sensations that she had been feeling until under control a bit. Besides, she couldn't show off this kind of face to Genji and Cannon until her heart was able to calm down She wanted a little time to herself, and maybe going around the mansion wasn't a bad way to do that. From the dining hall, she began to hear tumultuous voices of the family's discussion. Someone would speak of great length and would then be opposed by someone else. The rebuttal would continue in a very long, drawn-out fashion until opposed by yet another person. They kept on repeating. It was as though the displeasure was seeping through their voices. She had been told to go to the guest house, so it would be bad if she was discovered by Kraus. Yeah, but the dude told us to go here. Shadow quickly slipped by the entrance to the dining hall. And inside the mansion controlled by darkness, she began to check the house was all closed up, following a pre-arranged route. She walked down the hall, checking that each window was closed. On Rakanjima, there were no humans other than the family, so in actuality, closing up wasn't terribly meaningful of a task. Until Natsuhi told him that this attitude was careless, closing up and not been customary in the Ushiromiya family. The metal fixtures of completely chilled windows were freezing, and every time she went to check on them, one by one, it felt like a glow in her heart seemed to cool down. Huh? Oh? Butterfly? Oh? I think it says a logo. Okay. Just then, she thought she saw something flickering across the hall. Flickering? Something like that shouldn't be visible beyond darkness of the hall. I also like butterflies. In my old lore, I was a butterfly, but not anymore. Although, probably her eyes playing tricks on her. She killed her breathing for a brief moment. Specifically, I was a blue butterfly. But that was my old lore. And grasping the curtain, she fearfully gazed into the center of the hall. However, other than the occasional crack of thunder brightening the hallway, was unable to glimpse any flicker again. It must have been her imagination after all. Maybe because she couldn't calm her heart, she saw something that didn't even exist. Shannon resumed checking the windows. However, in the back of her mind, a certain unnerving possibility had been resurrected. It was that witch. Oh wait, sorry. It was that which had been passed down amongst the servants who served the Ushiromiya family. A ghost story, in which the mansion had different masters day and night. In which the master of night, Beatrice, would sometimes fly around the mansion in the form of sparkling butterflies. Come to think of it, didn't Cannon said he had once seen it for himself? He got sulky when I didn't believe him and told him he was just seeing things. Could it possibly really? The roar of the thunder gave no answer. Oh? Do you think the master Beatrice is here? Butterflies are very nice. I like them. Ominous? gonna come out of the painting. Imagine she came out of the painting just like my VTuber. That'd be funny. Butterfly. I hope everyone makes it out alive too. Except for George. I meant, I hope they all make it out alive. I worry so deeply about them. Especially Goda. My man, my goat. Yes, yeah. Am I not so positive now? I'm a changed woman. Eh? I'm staring at this painting like I would stare at my own painting in my gallery. Oh? Can we change her back? Oh? Sacrifice chosen by the key. Second day. October 5th, 1986. Huh. I wanna check the save file. Do you think we're in the episode 1? Seriously? Not even episode 2 yet? That's crazy. Genji once again tightened his bow tie and looked outside the crack in the curtains. Maybe the rain had died down a bit since the previous night, but didn't look like the thick rain clouds were planning to trace any of the morning sun get by. The morning was dim and far from refreshing. As expected, it didn't seem like it'll stop today. My apologies for keeping you waiting, Genji. I want her to be toxic and bully? What? No! I will be sweeter now. I will be dere. Yeah, everyone likes dere. Yeah, I'm gonna be so cutesy and stuff now. I'm gonna be cute VTuber now. I'm gonna be cute VTuber, and I'm gonna be so nice and so cute and dere lovey wife. Yeah. We're entering a new cute arc. Stretch. Cannon checked his appearance and exited the washroom. In a normal schedule, it was rare for anyone to suffer going straight from midnight shift to a morning shift. It was a special system, just for the 2 days of family conference. But then... I didn't hear about marriage. Eh? How come I wasn't invited, huh? I meant, oh wow! Congrats on your dreams, guys, right? See, you know, it is nice to dream. It's nice to have dreams. That is so cute, guys, right? See, for you to dream like that. Wow! Look at you, so cute! Being delusional. How adorable. What? It's very dare. Huh? The roller stay on this island won't last until tomorrow. Canon thought it was best to be prepared for a special schedule to be extended one more day. The two of them left the guest house, opening their umbrellas. The rose garden had been devastated by the wind and rain last night. Even though they spent several days making it beautiful to welcome the guests, it had only taken one stormy night to ruin it. Canon sighed. It's not toxic. I said that's cute of you to dream. Yeah. They were supposed to meet up with Goda and prepare breakfast. Goda was such a perfectionist, he would undoubtedly have been up for some time already. Now in the middle of preparing breakfast for exquisite and elegant as glasswork. They reached the overhang by the entrance to the mansion and folded up their umbrellas. Genji took the pocket bundle of several keys and used it to unlock the front door. There was nothing on Rokkenjima outside the Ushiromiya family mansion, so they never used to be accustomed of walking up. Nothing outside. However, Natsuhi ordered that be part of their duties to lock up the mansion around midnight to early morning. Unlocking on the early morning was to be done by the servants who had morning shift. Okay. Since Goda would begin preparations for breakfast as soon as he woke up, this task was to be undertaken by Genji and Canon. Silence had fallen in the mansion, giving the impression that the mansion was still asleep. Well then, let's begin our morning chores.
Hi.
Yes. The two of them split up and began opening curtains over the mansion. If the curtains remained closed, the inside of the mansion would be unable to shake off its gloom, as if it had yet managed to escape the previous. But it's raining outside. Canon, following a well-versed procedure, went around the mansion, opening one window after another without having to retrace his steps once. What a pro! Even in this horrible weather, by opening curtains, it began to feel as if a little bit like morning. While doing that, he passed the front of the kitchen. Even though he hadn't smelled anything, his empty stomach was aching in anticipation of the scent of Goda's much bragged about cooking. Good morning. Huh? He tried to greet Goda, who he had thought would be preparing a meal inside, but Goda was nowhere to be seen. Oh my god! Missing from his duties? The kitchen was darkly lit. Never mind curtains, the ventilation fan wasn't even spinning. It was cold in the room without a hint of flame, and of course no preparations for breakfast taking place. Although it must not be allowed to happen, maybe Goda overslept. Yeah, overslept too deeply. I'm kidding. Servants are humans too, and some fail to wake up and be late as a result. In rare case of that, preparing it was the virtue of a servant to casually smooth the situation over as to not cause an unsightly scene, and to make sure that their masters never even notice that such a mistake happened in the first place. Canon took up the receiver of the phone, put it on the wall, and dialed the extension number where the servant slept. He couldn't hear the characteristic sound of a dial tone. Canon picked up the receiver. Even so, he couldn't hear the usual dial tone. He tried dialing, but no effect. Oh my gosh! What happened to the electricity here? I'm so scared for them! Especially Goda, my goat, my man! The best butler this game has! Could it be that the lightning last night caused a mechanical fault and broke the internal telephone lines? The equipment in this mansion was all worn out. Cannon fully understood that even the smallest thing could have caused it to break down. He gave up trying to wake him on the phone and dashed off the room where the servants slept. Yeah, Storm took out the telephone line. Surely he's not missing, right? How long had she slept since she'd woken up and started lazily staring at the ceiling? The vague sense of awakening was not his usual morning experience. Her sleep was always light, and she would even be able to sleep at all without medicine. She wouldn't even be able to sleep without medicine. To Natsuhi, sleeping was definitely not a happy thing. When she looked outside, she saw it was still pouring. If she hadn't sensed a tiny amount of light, she might have mistakenly thought that it was still last night. She thought she herself was one of the hosts, so she mustn't wake up later than her guests. Urging herself on, she raised her body, which still hasn't completely recovered from yesterday's weariness. While she was inside, no one would torment her. Ow. Damn. Her headache wouldn't get any worse than it already has. This room was her only peaceful space. Man. But when she left, it meant returning to the world of her husband's siblings, probing each other's minds. And wouldn't it be better to stay locked up in this room forever? Sounds good to me. Natsu smiled bitterly at this fantasy. She was starting to sound like Kinzo. You know, maybe Kinzo wasn't so bad staying locked up in his room. Yeah. She would call Kinzo names for staying locked up in his own room, taking no notice of anyone. The truth was that she actually longed to do that herself. Yeah. Natsu gave her head a small shake. Her fantasy was replaced by the reawakening of her usual headache. When she reached the doorknob to try and leave the room, her hand touched the scorpion charm that had hung from it before going to sleep the previous night. Oh, she hung it! Maria's charm that Jessica had given Natsuhi. If she remembered correctly, Jessica said that something about having a power to repel magic, and she should hang it on her doorknob. Maybe it's thanks to the charm that Lisa's room had been protected from her husband's siblings' malice. As she thought this, her mood began to get a little cheerful. Perhaps it was thanks to Jessica that I was able to get a little peaceful sleep. Also, he remembered. That's right, last night I promised Jessica that I would give her a charm of my own in exchange, didn't I? Natsu opened a drawer and took out an antique accessory case that she had treasured since she was a child. A small object that Natsuhi had thought were valuable at the time. Oh, is that the eye talismans are for? Convinced though, she pulled a red pouch. Inside was a round mirror about 10 centimeters across. It was quite old, but the design on the back was very ornate and it felt like something of historical value. At the very least, it looked much more effective than compared to the other charm, which looked like plastic scorpion key holder. She had heard this mirror was a spiritual mirror to ward off evil spirits and had been given especially by her grandmother when her grandfather's mementos had been distributed. It had been believed since ancient times that strange powers dwell within mirrors. Most likely the way they reflect light created a belief that they also reflect misfortune and malice in the same way. Natsuki returned to the mirror to its pouch. It would be fitting object to hand over to Jessica. Jess is placing it in her pocket. She heard the sound of someone knocking on the door suddenly echo through the room.
Hi.
Yes. Good morning, madam. It's Genji. My apologies for waking you up so early. I'm coming now. What is it? Actually, I think the real goat of butlers in here is Genji. No servant had ever come here this early, especially not directly. Maybe something had happened. For example, a fatal oversight had been made during the preparations for breakfast, and the household would be put to shame in front of the guests or something. Nancy breathed out slowly as if getting a head start on the trouble she was surely about to be told of. Fatal? Boy, just ready for someone to already be dead. Although, Goda being missing is a bit suspect. Genji once again said morning greetings to her while bowing deeply. Natsu tentatively responded. Good morning. Did something happen? My apologies. It seems the telephones are out of order due to last night's lighting. The internal lines have gone dead, so please forgive my coming to see you directly. The internal lines have gone dead? That'll be troublesome. Will it be possible to repair it? I'm afraid we don't know the location of the damage. I would like to call in an expert and have him repair it. Which means we will be unable to repair until the typhoon has passed. And in other words, the lines will be out of order for the remainder of our guest's stay. I mean, that's unfortunate. Will there be any issues with providing proper service? We will do all we can to make sure there are none. Very well. And we count on to ensure that everything goes smoothly. Natsu let out a small sigh of relief. She had been prepared for the worst, but telephone breakdown wasn't the kind of trouble she was worried about. But then even this would probably be enough to spark sarcasm from Ava. Well, what can we do about lightning strikes? Natsu gave her head a light shake. Are the preparations for breakfast proceeding well? About that, we haven't been able to find Goda. The arrangements for breakfast have yet to be carried out. What did you say? Natsu was indignant. No, Goda! Missing! No, my goat! To her, this is a much bigger problem. The phone's not working. Despite that, this piece of why did everything go well most of the time, then kind something like this when their relatives are visiting? Our PogChamp! That's even worse than anything I've ever said. Borat wins the cake with that one. Natsu placed a hand on her forehead and shook her head sharply. What do you mean our? Yeah, our PogChamp. Most likely he's oversleeping permanently. I meant, oh what? He's overslept. Well, someone wake him up. It doesn't matter. Just hurry with preparing breakfast. What? What happened? Natsu exit the hall. Turn around for a second. To close the door to her. What? Exited the hall. Unpleasant thing she saw there silenced her completely. What? Wait. What happened? Most likely, it doesn't matter. Just hurry with what? She exited the hall, turned around, closed the door to her room. unpleasant thing she saw silenced her completely. Eh? It was an unsettling sight, as if someone had dipped their fingers in dark red liquid and clawed the area around the doorknob. As though someone had soaked both their hands in blood and groped at the door and the knob. Like someone had wanted to stage something like that and left this mark as an awful prank. What wicked mischief is this? How awful! I also noticed it as I came to call you. I will clean it later. A vulgar joke by one of the guests. Disgusting. Truly disgusting. Who in the world would pull such a childish and disgusting prank? Yeah, who would ever? Terrible prank. Natsu had a pretty good idea. But there was no proof. So even if she pushed the issue, it would seem as though she was making a fuss about nothing. On the contrary, it would definitely be better for her to stay if she hadn't noticed such a prank had been played in the first place. Natsu gave orders to have it cleaned and headed off to the parlor with clacking heels. When Natsuki and Genji arrived, Eva and Hideyoshi were already there. Good morning, everyone. Morning, Natsuki. I heard Goda will be making breakfast. Is that right? My stomach's been getting excited since I woke up. Ha ha ha. Yes, food is not the only thing worth looking for around here, isn't it? You too, Eva. I'm pleased to hear you are well this morning. Natsuki returned Eva's gaze, which fiercely competitive, even though it was early in the morning, with weary expression. Then Karen jogged in. After bowing an apology to the relatives inside, he approached Genji and told him something in a small voice. He's still not found Goda. My apologies, madam. I went all around inside the mansion and guest house, but still... Where in the world has he gone? For now, breakfast is a higher priority than finding Goda. But isn't Goda supposed to prepare the food? Shouldn't we find him first? Quickly take care of it. Yes. As it turns out, they can't cook. I'm kidding, he probably can. It looked like he had something else to report, but needed needed to ask Genji whether he was the right person to say it. Oh? Genji nodded and decided to report himself. Madame. It's not only Goda, oh. Your husband is nowhere to be found. Yippee! What? Silly me? Wait, he was an abusive husband. What? Your husband is nowhere to be found. My husband? Yes. I like how Mocha was like, it's kind of ominous for me to be reading. I've seen the manga strange goosebumps for some reason. And then I go, yippee! I thought, wait, we're not done yet. Wait, stomp on you? Yeah, you guys bowing down at my feet. We don't know the dude's dead yet. We'll see if they mention that dude's name. Rudolph? I would port before you. Lack of preparation for breakfast. Oh, I mean, oh no! Oh, what? How unfortunate. I'm gonna win. And Ark's gonna draw it. Yeah. See, if I win, Ark's gonna draw it. Yippee! I thought Genji. Oh wait, yes, I thought I would report him before he about the lack of preparation of breakfast and visited his room, but I did not find him there first. So it's basically if I win, Ark's gonna draw, and if I lose, I'm gonna draw. Yeah. I did not find him there. Furthermore, it was not the only one who was missing. It was not only he who was missing. Okay, I was like, hold up, what? Rudolph! Okay, Ark! Wait, we don't know if he's dead. They said he's missing. Okay, not yet. Okay, can't celebrate yet until I see his body. Yeah. Wait, so Rudolph and his wife and Rosa. Wait. I don't know. At first. No, oh wait, her husband, Rudolph, his 3, the Rosa. That's 5. Whoopsies. That's 5 people, right? Goda and her husband, Rudolph, his wife, and Rose. So that's 5, meaning there's a 6th person missing. There should be one more if the 6th thingy is to be trusted. I'm surprised she would go missing too, because she's not directly. Well, actually, he's gone. He's missing. He's missing. Rosa is missing. I think Shannon might. No, it's not. Who else would be missing in this? The doctor, possibly. I don't think it's Shannon, but I think Shannon will disappear the next day. I think it'll happen on the second twilight. Those who remain, those who remain shall tear apart 2 who are close. I assume it'll be Shannon and George. Good. I meant, oh no, not them. They just got engaged. Rudolph and his wife, as well as Rosa, are nowhere to be found. Not even in the guest house? Not in the mansion? Yes. Oh no, I hope they get found. I'm sure they're just having lunch in the beach or something. Yeah. When she'd heard Goda alone was missing, she had thought that he might have slept in or loafing around somewhere. But when she heard that several of the relatives were also missing, she began to start thinking a little more optimistically. Wait, what? She's like, yay! They're missing. Last night's conference might have continued all night. In fact, they might still be going on. Yeah. It would be imaginable they went to cool off their heads after being in that stuffy room. They'd gone on a group walk or through the rain or something, I guess. The part of cooling off their heads really sounded like something Kraus would like to say. Probably Goda had been called in with them to aid them with something. Goda was not a man who lost track of time. He had to have understood that if he did not return, the preparations for breakfast would be hindered. Perhaps as much as he'd like to leave, the atmosphere would not permit him to, and the conference was continuing in that manner even at this very moment. Yes, Natsu thought this would be extremely persuasive theory. Natsu remembered the illusion that she had felt the morning of being sucked into a continuation of the previous night. And upon learning that the feeling wasn't just an illusion, she once again let out a deep, weary breath. Because the banquet of the filthy vultures circling around Kinzo's property was still continuing. Vultures. Most likely, they are repeating the same discussion about the inheritance somewhere in the garden, or maybe the beach. In any case, we must call Goda back, or we will never be able to complete the preparations for breakfast. So what you're saying, Nii-san, the rest are still continuing their discussion? She had thought she'd spoken in a small voice, but Hideyoshi overheard her and managed to grasp the situation. Nii-san and Ruth sure are tough. Maybe it was just the youth in Rosa's case. The two were so tired we had to go back to bed after midnight. I do remember Nii-san. The rest were still having heated discussion at that point. Men are sure nasty when they get excited. Natsu snorted, her face still blank. Bang. Hana searched outside to find Goda, telling her to return immediately and begin preparations for breakfast. Certainly. Natsuhi-san, they aren't necessarily outside, right? How would you translate how she talks to English anyway? Natsuhi-san, they aren't necessarily outside, right? I guess you'd have to elongate a lot of her words. Couldn't they also be inside Father's study? Ah, sure, I could see that. I don't know what. Nah, that dude ain't never invite anyone inside. I don't know what they've been discussing. There's also a decent chance that they moved to Father's study and included him into this. Yeah, I highly doubt that. I cannot imagine Father would willingly invite the detestable topic into his study. Carry on, Nii-san. You really think so? Well, there's nothing we can do. I'm sorry, Genji-san. Kanon-kun. But could you search outside? I'm sure it wouldn't be odd for Nii-san to propose that they go outside for a walk to cool their heads. Even in this weather. I'll go to Father's study. After all, there's still some chance that they'll be there, isn't there? Wait, is the girl on the left that beats her daughter? Wait, what? The girl on the left that beats her daughter? The girl on the left doesn't have a daughter. She has a son. Oh, you mean like the one that was like yelling at Maria? No, that's not her. The mother that was yelling at Maria. She's missing. Her name is Rosa. She's the youngest daughter. No, that's Ava. Rosa's missing. Rosa is missing. Rosa is this one. She's missing though. We don't know who she is. There's still a chance there'll be. Oh yeah. Ava, I guess as you mustn't trouble herself. I will go. I can also tell him good morning. Ara. I'm counting on you, alright? But somehow, I doubt whether he'll be returning your greeting. Natsuhine-san, were you on good terms with father? I don't know whether it could be called good terms, but I am certain that I've gained his trust as the wife of the successor to Ushiro family. And I'm sure he at least answer you. Can we just look? I want to go with her. I want to at least eat breakfast with father. I wonder if you could convince him to come down and join us. She is so annoying. It seems that he thoroughly despises the rest of us. I'm sure his trusted Natsuhi asks. He'll surely listen. If you can't convince father speaking me so sharply and have to come down by yourself, I doubt you'll be able to say that you have gained his trust. I bet you he's missing too then. He's probably missing. I bet he's not even gonna be there. Natsu responded discouraged. Knowing Kinzo's temperament, she had no confidence in her ability to bring him out. Ava herself treating it like a joke, expecting it couldn't be done. Even so, Natsuhi would lose face if she gave up. Said it was impossible for her and let Ava go instead. Damn. Ava's mean-spirited and unreasonable demand caused Natsuhi's tightly clenched fist to shake. When Genji realizes, he spoke softly over her to her shoulder. Madam, if you would please take this. Is that... Natsuhi handed her an ornate design key to Kinzo's study. However, since Genji was especially trusted by Kinzo, he was allowed to carry a key to that door. But if this key is used, wouldn't you receive the blame? When the master is sleeping deeply, simply knocking on the door may not reach his ears. And persuading the master to leave his room would be difficult if you must talk through the door. Please use it. Genji. Until now, Natsuhi thought Genji was a cold servant who worked directly under Kinzo and would never work for her. But it looked like she would have to alter her understanding of him. She wanted to communicate her feelings of things, but by then Genji had already turned his back and was walking towards the corridor with Cannon. But as Natsuhi watched them go, the words reached her from behind were sneering. Well, make sure you bring father with you then, okay? After all, his son's darling wife who's asking. I'm sure he'll listen to you. We are guests, so let us leisurely relax here. Wait, Ava, you're talking too much. Sorry, we'll leave father to you. Natsuhi left without replying at a swift pace, her heels clacking loudly with every step. Something tells me Kinzo's missing. After all that excitement previous night, there was no way anyone was gonna wake up soon. George, Jessica, and I were snoring loudly on the bed in the cousin's room. What about Maria? had gone straight to bed to the previous night silly and completely opened her eyes. Oh, she's there. She rubbed her eyes and looked around, the loud snoring coming from the three cousins. For a while, Maria had to think about what had happened. After that, she realized that her mother was not with her, and she quickly got lonely. Maria left the cousin's room and tried to head to the room that had been arranged for her and her mother. And she made a loud slamming sound on the way out. In response, Valor mumbled and rolled over his sleep, but it wasn't enough to wake him up. After all, Maria once again opened the door with a lively bang. When she had left the room, her face was sleepy, but after returning, she now looked discontent. After she climbed to Valor's bed, which happened to be the closest, she started yelling and jumping on it like it was a trampoline. Okay. Wake up! What? Is it a raid? Surround them! After making sure that I was awake, Maria jumped over to George Anaki's bed and started bouncing on that too. In that manner, the three of us were all greeted with an extremely pleasant awakening. Thank you, Maria, for waking us up. You stopped us from sleeping in late nights. But it would have been perfect if you just have been a little more gentle. You really are an adult. I respect that. What? It's almost 7! 7?! That's too early! Go back to sleep. It's not a bad time to wake up. No, it's a terrible time. Why did I wake up at 7? 7 is early? Yeah. Mama's not here. Auntie Rosa? She wasn't in her room. Yes, God's Psychos? What do you mean? 7 a.m. is waking up so early. Yeah, insane. 7. You guys are crazy. Insane. Psychos. Too early. I wonder if she'd woken up and gone to the mansion. She's not here. I wake up at 9. Maria kept going ew and looked unhappy. Well, gotta go look for her. It seemed as though she wasn't simply lonely because she couldn't find her mother, but actually unhappy because her mother wasn't in the place she thought she was. And this made her feel like she'd been tricked. I woke up, if you must know, at 9:15 this morning. But then I was just on my phone and I didn't get up from bed until 9:30 to make coffee. And then I didn't return to my room until after I finished and cleaned the espresso machine. And I came back around 9:55 a.m. And then I prepared for stream. But then I was late because 5 minutes is not enough to turn my computer on and set up my stream. There you go. I hope you guys enjoyed my morning today. If we could have told her where her mother was, that might have been enough to set. Let's go look for her. Unfortunately, as long as we were here, we know where to find. Let's go! Yeah, mansion for back feast. Brecky. Let's go to the mansion, okay? Yeah. Oh. She's in a mansion? Then I'll go. Oh no, they find out she's not at the mansion, she's gonna throw another fit. Let's go to the mansion. My parents are probably already gone there. We got dressed, left the room, and headed for the mansion. Shh. Nah, Rudolph's gone. Missing. Deceased. Get your pen ready, Ark. The door to the study was once again knocked upon, but there was no answer. He was still sleeping. She couldn't wake him up. If she returned downstairs, she is saying something like, Ava would be very amused and triumphant. Let's use the key. And even aside from the Holy Way issue, there was a problem yesterday during a once-a-year family conference. He'd stayed locked up all day and had not come out to greet the guests. No, it's talking about waking up? Yeah, he probably forgot. He's probably like, hey, how come my dad didn't talk to us about the thing last night? How come it's morning? Nah, it's like, yeah, probably forgot about that because we went to sleep. Even though he was the head, no. Especially because he was the head, he continued to fail make an appearance. But she convinced him, just use the key! Open the door! She had borrowed from Genji. She probably did. Watch. He'll be dead in there, huh? Calling it, he's dead. He's deceased. He's departed. It's over. The dude is gone. Unfortunately, you know? A sweet stench that seemed to eat her brain poured from the narrow opening she had created. And though she prepared, she couldn't help but grimace. Thinking he might still be asleep, Natsuki entered the room quietly. When she did, Kinzo's already awakened. Wah! He's alive! I mean, oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad he's alive. No, I'm so glad my goat Kinzo's alive. At least, you know, he's just quiet. When she did, Kinzo's already awake, looking down out the window. Oh, you're awake? Good morning. How did you get in? Kinzo spoke back facing her. His voice was not harsh but calm, not too slightly reassured. However, he was in a bad enough mood he'd ignored the sound of all the knocking. Even though he'd been awake, Natsuki wasn't able to break the tension. My sincere apologies. I asked Genji. He allowed me to borrow the key to the study. Oh. Genji did. If my friend thought it was that important, then I would have no choice but to listen. Tell me, what business do you have? Yes. Breakfast will be soon prepared. I would greatly appreciate if you joined us. I will eat here. Have it brought later like always. But father, this is the annual family conference. Please, at least let them see your face. You asked me to go downstairs. join the discussion of how my inheritance is to be chewed apart after I die. How foolish. They keep talking about that kind of thing as much as they like without me. And if that's what you call family conflicts, it's nothing so important I should have to leave my room for it. I am busy. Do not bother me. With his last words came the threat that any further questions would be useless. Natsu realized that adding further pleas would finally bring his wrath down upon her. It would be annoying to hear Ava sarcastically say she hadn't been able to convince him after all, but there's nothing more Natsu could do. Is that so? Understood. I am sure that everyone will be sorry to hear. I will tell them. Natsu decided to give up. Bowing silently, she made to leave the room before Kindo's spasmodic temper could fire up. As she did, Kinzo called out to her. Compared to his usual Kinzo, this voice was calm and gentle, like it came from another person. What? Natsu. It's been quite some time since you married into the Ushiromiya family. Yes. It has been a while since I was first permitted to bear the name Ushiromiya. Do you sometimes long for your previous family? No. Marriage means throwing your parents' family. Wow. Throwing away your parents' family. Whoa. Dang. I am Ushiromiya Natsuki. If I have family to turn to, or to reminisce over, it is only Ushiromiya family. It was definitely not an exaggeration. Such was the level of Natsu's resolve in calling herself an Ushiromiya. And that's why she was so sorrowful that despite all her effort, it had been fruitless as she was not accepted by her husband. When you marry to a family, you leave your birth family tree and age accordingly. Really? Is it like olden times or something? I mean, isn't this like in the 1800s? Maybe I don't know much about marriage stuff. It's still done. Yikes. Good morning, Blazing Amon. Hello. If Kraus had been a woman and you had been a husband. What? If Kraus had been a woman and you the husband. No, I won't say that. What? If Kraus had been a woman, then he Kraus wouldn't be Ushiromiya, I guess. Eh? What do you mean by that? Maybe Kinzo feels bad for Natsuhi. Among all of them, Natsuhi is like the one that's like trying her best. For them, she has nowhere else to go really, and but she's also tired of all the arguments and how she can do nothing for Kraus, I guess. I don't know, maybe. I kind of feel bad for this lady. Natsuhi was shocked. If Kinzo's words had just meant literally, they would have been able to more than enough make up for all she had suffered up to that point. Forget it. It's just nonsense of an old man. Kinzo once again faced away from her. I guess it's more like Natsuhi wants to be like helpful and stuff, but then only to find out that Kraus like never really trusted her and stuff, and she felt useless and stuff, I guess. And she's just very disappointed that she can't be helpful. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. That she tried all her hardest, like, and then only to find out that it was meaningless. And now she's just so tired of it all. Yeah. He had told her to forget it, but Natsu couldn't help feeling the warmth in her heart. And she has nowhere else to go. She's just kind of here. She can't go back to her old family. And so this is her family. And but then to be told that it was like she's not actually part of it made her feel more of an outcast. I guess, I don't know. I just feel bad for her. Even though I'm not connected to you, I am still your daughter. Honor glory of the Ushi and everything you have. I said I will protect it myself. You do not have the qualifications to wear the winged eagle. However, the one-winged eagle is surely engraved in your heart. In that case, you are unmistakably my blood relative, and one who will inherit the glory of the Ushiromiya family. Baby making machine. That's oh what? That's terrible. I don't like that. I believe I'm a believer of you do what you can and want with your life and body. Yeah. I can't imagine like having that. I live very like I like very what's it called? Separated? Oh, very family separated person. Yeah. As all there is like arguments and stuff, so I don't like do anything with them really. That's awful though, but I hope you are, I guess, okay? I'm a very family. Should have separate. I mean, I'm not like so separated, but I do visit and stuff. But like, I don't really see them like frequently. I don't like keep like too much contact. It's more of like I go because of so and so holiday, so and so birthday. That's it. After that, whoosh, I'm gone. And then they're like, "What have you been doing?" Or and then I wait for them to ask, "So, what do you have planned in the future?" I don't know. I'm like, yeah. I'm like the person you probably don't want to talk to. I'm like the, so what do you do in the future? No clue. How much you making? Decent. Okay, I guess. Well, I am not very particularly social when it comes to, I guess to anyone really, but even worse with my family. I especially don't talk to them about anything. Who knows then? I don't know. Yeah, that's my answer. Some will sneer that there's no eagle on your clothes. That is nothing to lend an ear to. Yeah, we're family now. Yeah. We're family now. And we'll have our own family event. Yeah. And our next event will be on October 31st. You guys did draw and take pictures of Halloween doors, right? Make sure you send that in, or your Milady will come hunt you and sneer at you and make fun of you and be all mad and stuff. And I'm gonna be yelling and calling out names who didn't participate. And I'm gonna remind everyone who didn't participate. Yeah. What happened to the kid you're playing with? That's the thing, though. I don't really ask questions to my family. Yup. The door decals? Yeah. Yep. I'm not too big on family. I don't know. I know some people are very family, like, they do a lot of family stuff together. I mean, I don't like that stuff. It's like, I dread it. Like, I really don't like it. The door, yeah, door decoration that's slightly open, or a drawing of it too works. I think you're Isaac, you're probably better at talking to people than I am. I don't want to be left alone, man. Why can't I just be, yeah. Oh, left alone. Don't ask me anything, go away. Only those who hold the eagle in their hearts are my true. Wow, that's the nicest thing he's ever said. Kicked out! Man, that's lucky though! At least you get kicked out. Me and your mom. I mean, honestly, I don't think you want drama. I mean, I don't like them. I don't really like them in general. I especially don't like them with family stuff either. Well, even more so family. Yeah. I now believe it in an honor that I was able to welcome you. Wow, that's such a nice thing for him to say to her. Without saying anything, Kinzo remained his back to Natsuki. Now Natsuki couldn't help but feel something warm well up inside her that she hadn't felt long ago, when she'd been a child. Natsuki bowed silently. His back left. Wow, that's like the nicest thing. The perfect timing. How was father? It took me so long to check. She saw me climbing the stairs and her eyes met. Ava was smirking, thinking Natsuki had just left the room grudgingly after failing to convince Kinzo. However, the way Natsuki was now was a frivolous laugh would not disturb her. She was not permitted to wear the family crest on her clothing, but she was permitted to wear it in her heart. So she spoke calmly and clearly and confidently with dignity that one who would protect the glory of the Ushiramiya family. Father said he would not join the family conference. He says that he has no interest in such an obscene topic. Yes, excuses. If you weren't able to persuade, say so. How pitiful. I'm beginning to understand father's feelings of regret. What do you mean by that? Natsu did not answer, just as Kinza had done so early. She showed Ava her back as she went down the stairs. Struggling to gather what had happened, Ava could only determine she had been made fun of, and that something happened to quickly bolster her confidence. Even so, she didn't have the courage to risk Kinzo's wrath. Unable to knock on the door, she could only scratch at the air in front of it, lick her tongue, and follow Natsuhi. So, were Nisan and the rest in there? Nope. Did you tell father that? I didn't get the chance to ask, but they were not inside the study. Father would never let them into his room to discuss such a lowly topic, so it's unlikely he knows where they went. Let's go downstairs and wait for the servants to return from their search. Breakfast may be late, but how about some tea, Ava said. I'll be fine. Ava couldn't hide her confusion over the complete difference in Natsuhi's demeanor. She was acting so boldly, and while Ava hated to admit it, she had even dents of dignity about her. Unable to find fault in anything, she could only follow Natsuhi back to the parlor. Wow. When the two of them returned to the parlor, only Hideyoshi, but the 4 children and Nanja as well, had gathered there. Genji, who had been talking with Hideyoshi, reported the current situation and noticed Natsuhi had returned. You still did not find my... You still have not found my husband and the rest. My apologies. Also, Kumasawa has begun preparations for... Oh yeah, she's here, okay. Late for breakfast and it's only 8. That's so funny to me. Can I ever be like, I gotta eat breakfast? Oh no, 8:15 a.m. I'm late. Breakfast? What? I never heard of that. I eat my brunch at 3 p.m. I have a very... Really? What is it? What's your strict breakfast schedule? Is 8:15 a.m. too late for breakfast? Honestly, I think breakfast is fine between the hours of 7 and 11 a.m. And for me, lunch is like... Okay, for me, lunch is like 11:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then 6:30 to midnight is dinner. That's my time frame, bro. Yeah. Okay, what? Wait, what do you mean you can't have dinner at midnight? Nah, you don't have dinner. Eating at 10 p.m. because, oh yeah, you have like a weird like schedule or something. Eating at 10, I wake up at 9. So is your breakfast at 10 p.m.? And when's your dinner? But to be real, I don't eat breakfast. I eat breakfast, but it's coffee. To me, my breakfast is coffee and nothing else. And I ate at like 2 p.m. I went out after that for lunch. Yep. 8 a.m. Well, you do have like you have a different sleep schedule, I guess, because work and stuff. 8 o'clock? Breakfast was supposed to have started. That's crazy. I don't even wake up at 8. I'm still asleep. 8 o'clock, breakfast. The mere fact. Oops. No one has seen. Oh man. No way. I don't think Shannon died. No. No way. She's not missing. Okay, no. No way. If she's missing, my second day idea would be ruined. And then second day is tear apart two who are close. What would that mean? There's really no one else here particularly close to each other. Ideally, I thought it would be these two, because they consider themselves siblings. But Shannon's missing. It can't be Shannon or George on the second day, or Shannon and Cannon on the second day. Two who are close. There's no one else. I guess I'll see. How many has my husband taken on this walk of his? Yeah, on a walk. Well, the number of people have grown so large. What about the doctor? Is he around? I started to feel truly unpleasant, as though they are the only ones being left out on something interesting. She was indignant, her stomach grumbling, almost as though her mother and the others had been left to go off to eat something delicious without her. Trying to fix a bad mood, the other children flipping their channels on the television, trying to find something that might interest Maria. Nanjo. Wait, who's Nanjo? Oops. Nanjo. Is that the doctor? Oh, okay, Nanjo is around. Oh man! I think it is her that's gone. Oh man. No way. The sand footsteps came rushing towards them with a pitter-patter. There's only one set. They really saw the source that it was not Kraus and the rest, but probably Cannon. Madame, excuse me. You still haven't been able to find them. My apologies. You worked hard. They don't know where they were, but they had to have been somewhere on the island. They hadn't put anything on their mouths since last night. Their stomachs must be grumbling. They would surely saunter in any time now. Natsuki was very dumbfounded, and she began to think that there was no urgent need to find them right then. I'll prepare some tea. Thank you both for your hard work. Natsuki, acting as though to release the tension and cause a mute surge in her headache, left the parlor. Cannon tried to call as she left, but Natsuki departed. Is there something else? Yes. I was unable to find her husband or anyone else but Cannon sounded evasive. He still didn't know where they were, but maybe he found something with relation. When Ava and he noticed the exchange, they came over. They probably noticed slightly strange the way Cannon was acting. What's going on, Cannon? Did you find Kraus and the others? Something looked odd about the rose garden in the storehouse. Eh? Odd? He hesitated. He wasn't speaking anything like you'd expect a fearless Cannon. Eva here exchanged quizzical looks. What do you mean? You don't mean to say they're inside the storehouse? No, I'm gonna inspect now. I was just returning to get the key. Sounds like we gotta investigate. Where's the key to the storehouse? It's in the servant room. Let us check inside the storehouse immediately. Oh boy. Cannon dashed to the servant and returned with a key. Genji left the parlor saying he would go check. Ada here, she also followed. But there's something odd about the storehouse that had caused the usual fearless Cannon to hesitate. It was pouring outside, but the curiosity that Cannon couldn't talk about won out. While the children made a big fuss watching TV, Cannon and the rest dashed to the entrance. The storehouse. The rose garden was a place that housed various tools to manage the garden. It was not a pretty building. Because of its appearance, it had been hidden in a corner of the rose garden. They were cutting across the rose garden holding umbrellas. They entered a small path, which was not used by simply appreciating the garden, but those maintaining it. As they dashed further, in front came into view. It looks like a garage. It was a beautiful... not beautiful. It was an old shed of a storehouse compared to the flawless, perfect beauty of the rose garden, which was pretty seedy looking. It was easy to understand why it had been built and hard to see place. Eva and Hideyoshi arrived at the storehouse long after Cannon and Genji. They sure are fast. I thought my heart was gonna explode. I guess they did build a storehouse over here, but... What is that? What? When Eva looked at what Cannon was pointing, she was at a loss. Noticing Hideyoshi also followed Cannon, it was likely shocked to speak. The entrance of the storehouse was kind of a shutter, and there... Everyone understood why Cannon had been unable to find the words they could describe what he saw. On the shutter, which was completely filthy from being exposed to wind and rain for so long, plastered on it. Something that looked like a strange dark red liquid. Mucus? Maybe some sticky paint. Ghastly, the substance had been used to draw an indescribably eerie shape. Hi, Pop and Bernako. You guys going great? Hello, everyone. Hello, okay. I'm just reading through some more Umineko, and people are missing. Oh, also there's a symbol on the storehouse, yeah. Wholesome stuff. The rain caused it to drip down several places like fresh blood, leaking from an open wound. There's no longer any point of being choosy with words. But, hey! You're late! Huh? Hi, bud. A ghostly dark red substance meant to look like blood had been used to draw some kind of figure or mark. Intended to just suggest something ominous. Lurking, huh? A likely story. Where have you been? Huh? It's so late. Hope you've been well. In 6 hours? Oh yeah? What were you doing between the hours of 6 hours ago? Two health classes have been okay, at least. Inside them was a design that looked like a cross. The four ends were widely exaggerated and looked some kind of a crest or something around Europe. Unfamiliar characters. Symbols? What vulgar graffiti! That's a Celtic cross. Oh. Have you seen it before? Could it be one of those? Demonic circles for rituals! With references ghastly shape drawn in deep red, Hideyoshi's comparison was not unreasonable. When was this drawn? Last night, I came here before it started raining, but there was nothing drawn at the time. We must do something before anyone sees this. If they laid eyes, it would cause discomfort. That's right. I don't want to leave such an unpleasant scroll untouched for even 1 second. Can we enter the storehouse? There's some paint inside the storehouse. Let's paint over temporarily. Then repaint it someday when the weather is good. Genji remembered he'd recently seen another piece of graffiti too. Dark. Oh, the door besides Natsuhi's room. That must have been. That's right. She had seen it on the door to Natsuhi's room. Oh, right, her door number. Let's remove it. Yeah. It's irritating to have graffiti around home I was brought up in. Yes. I'll take care immediately. He then lifted it up with all his strength. A boisterous and eerie shaped garnish that began to get sucked to the top. At least the time being, the ominous thing that disappeared from their direct gaze with a sigh of relief. Thanks to kids' programs they'd come across, Maria's feeling much better. Damn, they're just watching TV. Nanja sat by the sofa, passing time reading quietly. They heard hurried footsteps coming from the hallway. They were footsteps of a single person. Did that mean it wasn't a group of 4 that just left? Huh? Genji returned. It was rare for Genji, who considered being out of breath a violation of servants' virtues. Gasping for air, he had probably been dashing back from outside the mansion. His shoulders soaking wet, he didn't have his usual smart appearance. When Genji noticed Nanjo, he gave a small silent bow and quickly approached him. Dr. Nanjo, my apologies. Please come with me quietly. What happened? As Genji whispered, Nanjo's face changed colors. He stood, trying not to be noticed by the children who were still engrossed by the TV. They rapidly left the parlor, muffling their footsteps. Just as they were leaving, they came across Natsu, who was pushing a servant cart. Genji whispered something, and Natsu's face too, color changed. Leaving the servant cart was the 3 of them started dashing towards the entrance. Oh, George noticed them through the window. What is Genji, Doctor, and on Natsuhi? Yeah, let's all go there. Something happened. They look horribly flustered. Jessica and Maria also realized something happened. Ava here and Nanjo no longer in their seats. Because the servant car had been abandoned by the entrance parlor. Had there been an accident? Let's go check it out! Oh yeah, let's all go. A they can deny that I'm insecure and concerned after seeing the adults run off. Yeah, I need to know what happened. And insecure or spoke up for me. You coming too? Or will you watch? You're gonna leave a kid here? I want TV. The rest will go by ourselves. And we'll be back soon. Stay watching TV. Yeah, she's gonna vanish as soon as you guys come back. By the time the kids went out, they lost sight of the adults who had left earlier. It looked like Jessica had a pretty good idea where they'd gone, from the direction they were running. Following Jessica, they ran through the rain-soaked rose garden. It felt like wind suddenly got stronger. The malicious sound of thunder began to ring like it was previously. They felt like something eerie had surrounded the island and was trying to stop them from moving forward. Over the site, I'm pretty sure the storehouse for garden tools or something. Why would they bring the police like that? As Jessica had said, a storehouse came into view. They could see the adults there. The shutter of the storehouse was open. Several adults looked as though they were searching for something. For some reason, only Natsu was outside, not even holding an umbrella. She was facing away. And it looked like she was hanging... it looked like she was hanging her head. The ones who had left, Genji, Natsu, and Natsuhi. And no one's left before them. Kanon, Eva, and Hideyoshi made this large gathering of people. There was no bustle of activity. Natsu realized the children had come. A terrible expression arose to her face as she ran with them in arms spread wide. Don't come over here! Get back to the mansion! However, no. Because of that, the kids saw the scene Natsu was trying to keep them away from. Inside was a shutter wide open, purple fluorescent light shone down, and over there... Golden Slaughterer song. You haven't started it! Better start on it! Jessica's piercing shriek rang out. But that's because Jessica's scream was the loudest. The same thing spilled out of Valor and George's mouths as well. Ava, just like Natsu, spread her arms with a terrible expression, roared at the kids. George, take everyone and return to the mansion! Quickly! Right now! What the hell happened in there? When Natsu spread her arms, one might have thought she was trying to prevent them from advancing further. However, right now that wasn't why Ava was spreading her arms. She was trying to hide the terrible scene from the kids. It was her mother's heart trying to protect the eyes and hearts of the children by attempting to block the view of a terrible scene by at least the width of one of her arms. Is this some kind of joke? Is it? Dang. I had seen this cheap scene all too often. In manga, TV, anime, movies. I've seen it over and over again. This was just seeing something appear in real life. I had seen plenty of times before in some of those more sensational movies, wasn't it? That alone shouldn't have. But that suit is that old bastard's, isn't it? I get it. Then that's Uncle Kraus and Kyrie and Aunt Rosa. Not. Whoa. Oh, whoa. Dad! Yeah, I had to read it like that. Dad! You mustn't, Jessica. So does that mean Ark has to draw? You must go in. You must. I mean, you mustn't go in. You must. Damn, the voice acting is so good, though. Damn. Damn! I can't mimic that. Rigor mortis is set across the entire body. 6 hours have passed since death. Thanks to the lick, but good luck with your project. As far as I can tell by looking at the damaged area, there's a high probability that they were damaged after their death. What? No, I must watch what I say. I'm a general practitioner. Examining corpses outside of my area of expertise. What does that mean? So you tell me killing them wasn't enough? They went on to do so. They killed them and then damaged their bodies even more? The devil! This is a work of the devil! Natsuki caught Jessica in her arms. Auntie Ava caught Georgianiki. So I was the only one who could approach the entrance to the storehouse. If only there had been someone here to catch me too, I wouldn't have needed to have this horrible evil scene burned into my eyes. No, that's not it. I'm standing here not because the people who would catch me aren't here, but because the people who would catch me are right there. Just as Jessica had said, it did look like the storehouse used for gardening tools. A lawnmower, its replacement blades, a grass sickle, and a hammer, saw, and some construction tools. Piled up potted plants, bags of fertilizer, treated just the same. The corpses of several people have been laid there. No, they've been thrown in there. I could tell them by their clothes. That old bastard, and curious that Uncle Kraus and Auntie Rosa, further back, Goda's son. There's still more of them? How many people died? 6. Hell, I can't even count them in one hand. Damn it! I didn't know whether I'd been these guarding tools, which are used for something other than their intended purposes, could definitely be wielded with a naked brutality, or whether some horrible tool had been brought in here specifically for this. Whatever the case, the bodies lying about, each of them had been given an atrocious makeover. This isn't a damn makeover, it's more like their faces had been plowed. Their faces smashed, forced into expression that a normal person couldn't even make, even after death. I couldn't tell whether their eyes and nose were, but I could find their mouth because they were gaping wide, ridges of their teeth exposed, but the front teeth was missing. The cheek should have covered that was all torn up and exposed. The stylish makeup he spent way too much time fussing over for a guy is no help at all. What he said. Damn! This dude lost both his parents. I always thought you were going to hell. But you weren't this bad, right? You are such a jerk to have this done to you. Yes, essentially, faces smashed and their jaws are visible. He could tell them by their clothes. Yeah. You weren't this bad, right? Wait, okay. Didn't I tell you stop going out with this guy? There's no reason for you to go through this as well. There's no face! How do we know that's them though, if there's no face? You mustn't look anymore. There's no way your mother and father would want you to see them like this. For your mother and your father's sake. You mustn't look anymore. Yeah, clothing, body shape, but no face. I assume their hair is there too. Dead people are supposed to have faces that look like they're sleeping peacefully, aren't they? There's no face. My dad and Kirya have no faces. I don't even know what kind of face they were wearing when they died. What am I supposed to do? Are you telling me I have to see these mangled, monstrous faces every time after my dad and the rest? Well, that's perfect. Because I didn't even want to remember the old bastard's smug face anyway. This is perfect. Perfect. But you know, why Kirya's face as well? Kirya wasn't a bastard. I sometimes got a little sick of her, but she didn't deserve this. She didn't deserve this. At least Uncle Kraus is better, isn't he? It's not his whole face, just his side, just the side. Okay, so Rudolph and his wife, their faces, but their jaws are smashed. For Kraus, it's half of his face. At least half of his face is left. Yeah, it's totally better. But it's better than this. Trying to shut my reckless for Jessica tried to fill her ears with the sound of her own screaming. Stop it, Battler! Just stop! Disregarding age and appearance, I fell to my knees, clinging to Anaki's place and sobbing. As if crying on behalf of everyone there, representing the feelings of everyone there, I screamed over and over. Oh, the two who are tear apart. The two who are close might have to refer to there's only two couples left here, which is, oh wow, thanks. That's so useful. This and this. She's missing, so we don't know. Entity. She's missing, so she's probably dead. These two might be on the second night then. Father. We're lying here. Uncle Kraus, Uncle Rudolph, Aunt Kyrie, Rhoda, Auntie Rosa. 5? No, 6. There's one more here. The body he was looking down was hidden in the shadow of a mountain of a random object, a blind spot to George, who stood by. But George couldn't tell whose body it was. Therefore, George cursed himself. He cursed the part that imagined the worst, and it's always right. Shannon, isn't it? Yes. Shannon. World end. George was completely silent. He shook slightly, his lower lip trembling. He would run up to his beloved, screaming and crying. He wanted to, but before rashly running up to her, he mustered all of his strength and asked his father. Is Shannon also the same as Uncle Kraus and the others? Hideyoshi deeply understood the meaning of those words, so he couldn't give George a quick answer. No, he thought to George right now that was the only possible sincere and loving response. Well, Yeah, I guess you're right again. George had asked whether she was the same. He had meant to ask whether her corpse was the same as the others, since Hideyoshi hadn't denied it. It meant the body was just as horrible. I'm not. Look at Shannon. No, you can't. Why? I won't be able to see Shannon's face again, right? So why can't I see her last face? The last time I met Shannon was yesterday? Yes. Question is, does she have the ring on her body? When you left, what kind of face was she showing me? A wonderful smile. After receiving the ring, she was bewildered that her heart should have been decided, bashful, and so embarrassed to show him the face she ran away. And that expression was revived in George's mind. I see. I'm sure Shannon would have wished to leave you with that smile. Hideyoshi looked down upon Shannon's body, just like the others, in such a horrible state that would make anyone uncover their eyes. Half of the face had been slashed off, no more than half of her expression remained. If that remaining half soaked red with blood had been wiped clean, that graceful smiling face might have peeked out. Only half of it. Without thinking, Hideyoshi slapped his hand over his eyes. How cruel. If only it had been crushed. If they were gonna crush it, then he might have been able to deceive George's heart for a while by saying it was just someone wearing Shannon's clothes. Yet they left half of the face. It caused the body so much humiliation and made it clear that this body was none other than Shannon. Inhuman, monstrous. There at Hideyoshi's feet, trying his best to burn the image of the remaining half, was Cannon. Cannon was not crying. Tears had risen to his eyes, but they did not drip down. That didn't mean he wasn't feeling as much sadness as everyone else. Losing Shannon, who lived with him in the gospel house, whom he had loved as a sister, must have been the same as losing a blood relative. George, I'm sure Shannon would be grateful. He wouldn't want you to see her like this. I'm sure. Yeah, in shock. I understand. I understand, father. I understand. George leaning outside the wall of the storehouse, sinking down powerlessly. Father, I have a request. I want you to look for me. On Shannon's finger is there a ring. A ring? Let me see. Hideyoshi crouched down. As he did, Cannon pointed at one of Shannon's hands. Yeah. A diamond ring. And not a chipped diamond. Must have been expensive. And which hand is it on? Her right finger. Ring finger on the left hand. I see. But Shannon was engaged. George? You couldn't have. Ava. Time and place? The man made a lifelong promise to Shannon. A man promised her happiness for life. It doesn't matter who it was. Being fooled that by a woman's, it's a woman's dream, isn't it? Like, they can't call because, what's it called? One, they're on island. Two, electricity is kind of gone. Well, not electricity, but phone lines are dead. So I don't think they even have a cop on this island. So I don't think a cop will appear very easily until, I guess, the storm passes. I don't know when she received this ring. I don't know who gave it to her. But even so, Shannon took this ring. And she accepted it, put it on her left ring finger. I'm sure the man who gave it to her was happy too. Most people here are simply disturbed by the extraordinary situation of blurting out strange things, but to those who really knew about Shannon and George's relationship, everything made sense. I see. Thank you. Father. George stood up. Traces of tears streaked down his face, but his expression returned to his usual calm. Let's go. Battle. We stay, we'll get in the way of the adults. You're right. Jessica sniffled once, trying to say she was right. Alright, it showed her face her mother had been holding her the whole time. And when she faced George, she once again had on her usual face, although she still couldn't smile. Don't lose heart. Fowler kept crouching in front of his parents' bodies. No, I'm sorry. It took this much crying to calm me down. You bastard, Dad, I bet you're laughing at me, always talking shit about you, then crying like a baby just cause he died. Yeah, it's not my fault. It's wired into our genes to cry when our parents die. Fowler's face still bright red from tears, but even though it was forced, he had at least recovered enough to fake a smile. Canon. You mustn't remain here any longer either. Take the children, return to the mansion. Now Ten to step into the storehouse and be standing under the rain. Maybe she had her own way of grieving, different from battlers. She realized she had to take a sense of responsibility now that her husband is dead. And so she gave Canon those orders. Congrats on yeah, you're drawing, right, Ark? Good night, guys. I sleep. Sleep well. Madame. I'll probably end in like 30 minutes or so. His face was pure white, as though his own heart had died along with Shannon. There was no life in his expression. Damn. Yeah, it's late. Hey! Yeah, better give me that drawing. 3 hours. No! I said 30 minutes! 30 minutes, I'll go sleep. And then I have a watch along tomorrow at 4. We're gonna watch The Thing. I've never seen it, so first time, of course. And then Thursday morning is what I see, guys. Okay. After I end stupid day, of course. If during the course of a normal day, he had been instructed to do a tour of the beautiful rose garden, Canon may have looked away from them, but now there's no distinction between Canon and the children. When do you normally sleep? It's like 11 p.m. for me now. I hope he got shot twice. But now there was no distinction. Right now they're kids about the same age with the wounds of having lost someone close. After seeing the children go back, Natsuki gave orders to Genji. Contact the police. They probably won't be able to come until the typhoon passes. But they should be able to tell us what to do next. Understood. There's an emergency radio. I used that earlier. When she heard that, Natsuki remembered. I gave this game too much. That's right, the telephones were out, weren't they? However, since it had been assumed that there could be trouble with the phones on the island, a radio was installed. Anyway, let's contact the police. Finally, jeez. Is there anything further you can do? Unfortunately, I cannot do anything. Understood. Could you at least cover their faces with something? Exposing this humiliating. Yes. And he picked up Soul's house, hanging from the storehouse. When they were stopped him in a shrill voice. Wait! Stop! This is a scene of a crime. We can't disturb it. Then we can't. In our confusion, we've tracked muddy footprints all over the scene. I'm sure that would trouble for the police investigation. Natsuki glared at Ava. Well, she's right. Even so, she glared at Ava, accusing her of refusing to do those tragic corpses which had been humiliated even after death, the simple kindness of covering their faces. However, had spoken both calmly and correctly. This horrible state was definitely not an accident. It was a crime. Someone killed them. It was a murder case. In that case, they should be careful. Do not disturb the site. They had to aid the police so that they may hand over a clue that could be used to find the detestable culprit. I agree with Eva. Until police come, we should leave everything here. Let's just close the gates, I guess. You're right. You just close it up. Put a different lock on it. A different lock? Yes. When we came here, the shutter was locked. That means the culprit used the key to shutter the lock. That makes sense. Yes, I mean that the key which opens the shutter will have the killer's footprints. I'm sure it'll be worthwhile to submit it to the police. I mean, I don't fully trust Maria. There's moments where she didn't seem like herself, so I don't know. But Cannon handled it just normal and used it to open this. He'll have his fingerprints on it too. Unless it was Cannon. Nah. Also, that key was handled to Genji just now. He took it with his bare hands. Doesn't look like it'll be very useful as evidence. I'm Avarice. That was careless. My apologies. Genji-san. Are there any other keys to this storehouse? No. Only this one. That means the killer walked out of the servant room with that key and consciously returned the keys to where they found it, right? But it was actually very strange if you thought about it. So the dude, the killer, closed the gate, locked it, put the key back into the servant place, and we came... No. This place is normally locked, so the dude opened it first. Put them in there, then closed it. I guess. Why the hell would they go to the trouble of returning the key they stole? So that we can open it and discover it. Yeah. Are there even more bizarre points? Usually when a criminal hides a body, they're trying to delay the point at which it'll be found and use that time to escape. The actual place where the six were killed wasn't necessarily here, but they had been killed somewhere on the island. It would have been normal to think that the reason had been carried to the storehouse to hide the bodies and delay the discovery of the crime. But the graffiti drawn on the shore looked like an eerie magic circle, had elegantly indicated the corpses were hidden there. It didn't specifically say that they were here, but after 6 people had gone missing, by making such an obvious scribble, and even returning the key to open it, it almost seemed as though someone had wanted the corpse to be discovered here. In any case, a lock that the killer had opened once will not be trustworthy on its own. If we want to protect this place from the killer's hand, we should put a new lock. I think that's a good plan. I agree. Genji fished around inside the storehouse, unsealed a brand new padlock which had been inside a small box. What do we do with the key? I will take it. I will take responsibility and hand it over to the police. Because of that, the corpse is once again sealed behind a shutter, covered by a gruesome magic circle. In addition, there's sometimes a place where you can attach your own lock in front of it. This was one of those types. In the midst of the roar of thunder and pouring rain, the storehouse stood there ominously. On a closed shutter on its closed shutter was the magic circle drawn creepily blood-like substance, swallowing up the bodies of 6 whole people. Tamasi pushing the padlock may not have been intended to preserve the scene for the police, but rather she might have felt like she wanted to shut that mouth for all eternity, to prevent any more victims from being swallowed by the eerie demon. Come, let's go, everyone. Thank you for your work. And you quickly contact the police. I will contact them as soon as I return. The adults left the storehouse. A ghastly magic circle drawn at the shutter, swallowing 6 bodies in the air, occasionally lit up by lightning. I think that's a good place to stop, actually. Yay! I'm gonna say Chapter 11. Oh, we made some progress amongst my 1-hour TED Talk. More minutes? No! We had 2 streams today. And I gotta watch along later for the thing at 4. My voice is dead. Yeah, watch along. I only follow pretty VTubers. Wow, how sweet of you. I'm pretty. Thank you. I streamed twice today. That's so nice of me. But I will be back on Thursday. We're gonna play more Pokemon Shield at 10 a.m. I saved the game, right? Okay, panic save. Okay, there. No, wait. Panic save number 3. Okay, let's go. But thank you everyone for hanging out with me tonight, vibing and listening to me nonsensically rant about things I don't remember that I ranted about, but thanks for listening anyway. And I'll see you guys next time. At first, let's see if there's anyone to raid. Anyone raid tonight? Okay, so what about perhaps Kumomo, perhaps, who is playing a game I played before. I didn't finish it though. Called Homicipher. This is a dating sim kind of game. Okay. Kumomo Momomo. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let me just do my read, I guess. There you go. Slash raid. Nope, that's not it. I copied her handle. Okay, raid. Good night, everyone. Good night, Ark. Night, Antenemy. Good night, Mocha. Night, Bullrag. Night, Lucidia. Night, Gan. Night, Mavericks. Ark Isaac. God, I say you. I think so. Thank you, bud. Good night, every liquor. See you guys either for the watch along on Discord tomorrow or a night, Fluffy Biscuit, as well. And, if not, I'll see you guys Thursday at 10 a.m. playing some more Pokemon Shield. Good night until the next gallery showing. Bye bye.